Hi, Mark. Are you getting ready to leave for the day?
Hi, Anna. Yes, I am just packing up my bag. Now I am so glad it is Friday. I am completely exhausted.
Me too. It has been a very long and busy week. I am really looking forward to a relaxing weekend. You do look very tired. Are you feeling okay?
I am fine, thank you. Just tired. The week was very demanding. And to be honest, I am not looking forward to my long journey home.
Your journey home? I did not know you had a long commute. I always assumed you lived here in the city, close to the office.
I wish I did. No, I live quite far outside of the city. My daily commute is the most tiring part of my whole day.
Really? I am so sorry to hear that. I am very lucky. My commute is very short. I am very curious now. How long is your journey and how do you get to work?
Well, you might be shocked. My total travel time from my front door to my desk here at the office is about 1 hour and 45 minutes.
1 hour and 45 minutes? Each way? Mark, that is incredible. So that is 3.5 hours of traveling every single day?
It is. It is a very long time to be in transit.
I cannot even imagine that. So where do you live? You must live in another city.
I live in a small, quiet town called Sankt Pölten. It is to the west of Vienna.
Sankt Pölten. That is the capital of Lower Austria, isn't it? It is a beautiful town, but it is quite far away. So how do you make the journey? Is it all by train?
The main part of the journey is by train, yes. My commute has 3 separate stages. First, I have to walk for about 15 minutes from my house to the train station in Sankt Pölten.
Okay, a 15-minute walk to start.
Then I take a fast train, the ÖBB Railjet, from Sankt Pölten to the main station in Vienna, the Hauptbahnhof. That train journey takes about 45 minutes.
The Railjet is a very nice and modern train. But what do you do when you arrive at the main station in Vienna? You are still quite far from our office.
That is the third stage of my journey. From the Hauptbahnhof, I have to take the U-Bahn, the subway. I take the U1 line for about 20 minutes, and then from the U-Bahn station, it is a 5-minute walk to our office building.
A walk, a long-distance train, and the subway? That is a real marathon of a commute. It is like a military operation every morning.
It is. It requires a lot of planning.
I have to ask, what time do you have to wake up in the morning to get to the office by 9 o'clock?
I have to set my alarm for 5:30 in the morning.
5:30. That is practically the middle of the night. I do not think I have seen 5:30 in the morning since I was a university student.
It is very early. It is especially difficult in the winter because it is completely dark outside when my alarm goes off. It feels very unnatural to wake up so early.
I am sure it does. So you wake up, and then what is your morning routine? It must be very rushed.
It is. I do not have time for a slow, relaxed morning. I have a very quick shower, I get dressed, I make a very fast breakfast, which is usually just a piece of toast that I eat while I'm standing up, and I make a coffee in a travel mug to take with me.
So you drink your coffee on the way to the station.
I do. I have to leave my house by 6:30 at the latest to make sure I catch my train. There is not a lot of room for error. If I miss my train, the next one is not for another half an hour, and I would be late for work.
It sounds like a very stressful and tiring way to start the day. Are there any good things about your long commute? Are there any advantages at all?
That is a good question. I have to try and find some positives, or I would go crazy. I think the one good part is the main train journey.
The 45 minutes on the railjet? Why is that the good part?
Well, because it is a long-distance train, it is very comfortable. And because I get on at the first station, I always get a good seat, usually a window seat.
Having a guaranteed seat is a huge advantage. I often have to stand for my whole journey on the U-Bahn.
I would not like that. So I always have a comfortable seat. And the train is usually very quiet in the morning. Most of the other passengers are also commuters, so they are either working or sleeping.
So you can use that time productively, like I do on my commute.
I try to. I have my laptop with me, and the train has Wi-Fi. So I often use that 45 minutes to check my emails and prepare for the day ahead. It means that when I arrive at the office, I am already prepared.
That is a very smart use of the time. So, your commute is also your pre-work preparation time?
It is. Or if I do not have any urgent work to do, I will just relax. I will listen to a podcast or an audiobook. It is a nice, uninterrupted block of time for myself.
So the train journey itself can be quite a pleasant and productive experience. But what about the negative side of the train journey? What are the cons?
The biggest disadvantage is the one I mentioned earlier, the lack of flexibility. I am completely dependent on the train schedule.
And what happens if the train is delayed or canceled? Does that happen often?
The Austrian train system is usually very reliable, one of the best in Europe. But sometimes, especially in the winter, there can be problems. If there is very heavy snow, the trains can be delayed or even canceled.
And if your train is canceled, you have no other way of getting to work. That must be very stressful.
It is. It has only happened to me once, but it was a very stressful day. Another big disadvantage is the cost.
I can imagine. A long-distance train journey every day must be very expensive.
It is my biggest monthly expense after my rent. I have a Monatskarte, a monthly travel pass, which makes it a bit cheaper than buying a ticket every day, but it is still a very significant amount of money.
It sounds like a big financial commitment.
It is. And finally, the last small disadvantage is that at the end of a long, tiring day, the last thing I want to do is sit on a train for another hour. Some evenings, I just wish I could click my fingers and be home instantly.
I can understand that completely. That feeling of just wanting to be home immediately. How does this long commute affect your personal life, your work-life balance?
That is the biggest challenge of all, to be honest. It has a huge impact.
In what way?
Well, as I said, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and I usually do not get home in the evening until about 7:30 at night.
7:30 in the evening? That is very late. The evening is almost over by the time you get home.
It is. By the time I have made dinner and eaten it, it is already 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I am usually so tired from the long day that I do not have the energy to do anything else.
So you do not have much time or energy for hobbies or exercise during the week.
Exactly. I just want to sit on the sofa and watch some television for an hour before I have to go to bed to get enough sleep for the next early start. It is also difficult for my social life.
How so?
Well, our team at work often likes to go out for a drink or a meal together after work on a Thursday or a Friday. It's a great way to bond as a team, but I can very rarely join them.
Because you have to catch your train home?
Exactly. If I stay out late in the city, I will miss the last good train connection and I would get home after midnight.
it is just not practical. So I often have to miss out on those fun, spontaneous social events.
It sounds like your commute has a lot of negative impacts on your life. The time, the cost, the stress, and the impact on your social life. It makes me want to ask a very direct question.
I think I know what you were going to ask.
If the commute is so difficult, why did you choose to live so far away from the office?
It is a very fair question, and it is something I think about a lot. It is all about a trade-off.
A trade-off? You mean you sacrifice one thing to gain another thing?
Precisely. I sacrifice a short commute time, but I gain a lot of other benefits in my personal life.
What are the benefits of living in a smaller town like St. Pelton?
The biggest benefit for me is the quality of life. I have a much larger apartment in San Polton than I could ever afford here in Vienna. I have a small garden. The rent is much, much cheaper.
So you have more space and you save a lot of money on housing. That is a huge advantage.
It is. I also love the lifestyle. It is much quieter and more peaceful than living in the middle of a big, busy city. And I'm very close to nature. On the weekends, I can be in the mountains or by a beautiful lake in just a few minutes. That is very important for my mental health.
So you have a very stressful commute during the week, but you have a very relaxing and beautiful environment to enjoy on the weekends.
That is the trade-off. It is a difficult balance, but for now, it is the right choice for me.
So, you know every single detail about my epic 3-hour daily commute now. To make me feel a little bit better, please tell me about your short and easy commute.
I almost feel guilty telling you about it now. My commute is the complete opposite of yours. It is very short, very simple, and completely free.
You are making me very jealous already. So, how do you get to work?
I cycle. I have a bicycle, and I ride it to work every day.
You cycle? That is fantastic! How long does it take you?
I am very lucky. I live in an apartment that is only about 5 kilometers away from our office, so the bike ride takes me about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the traffic.
15 minutes? That is my dream. My walk to the train station is longer than your entire commute.
I know. I am very fortunate. I love my commute. It is a wonderful way to start the day. I get some fresh air and some exercise before I even arrive at the office. It helps me to wake up and feel energized.
So, you have combined your commute with your daily workout. That is very efficient.
It is. And it is completely free, of course. And it is the most environmentally friendly way to travel. But it is not always perfect. My commute also has its disadvantages.
What could be bad about a 15-minute bike ride?
The biggest challenge is the weather. If it is pouring with rain, or if it is very windy and cold in the winter, the bike ride is not very pleasant at all. On those days, I am very jealous of you in your warm, dry car or train. So it seems that my short commute is not perfect, and your long commute is not all bad.
That is true. It is all about perspective. But I have to admit, I am always looking for ways to make my long journey a little bit more comfortable and bearable.
Do you have any special strategies or life hacks for a long-distance commuter?
I do. I have developed a few of them over the years. My number one most important piece of equipment is a pair of good noise-canceling headphones.
Ah, to block out the noise of the train and the other passengers?
Exactly. They create a little bubble of peace and quiet for me. I can listen to my podcasts or my audiobooks without any distractions. They were expensive,
but they were the best investment I have ever made.
That is a brilliant tip. What else is in your commuter survival kit?
A comfortable backpack is essential. I need to carry my laptop, my lunch, my book, and my water bottle every day. So a good backpack that distributes the weight well is very important for my back.
And what about entertainment?
I always make sure that my phone is full of things to watch or listen to offline. I download my podcasts, my audiobooks, and even movies from Netflix before I leave the house. The train Wi-Fi is not always reliable, so it is important to have your own entertainment ready.
That is very smart. You are prepared for any situation. Do you have any future plans to change your commute?
I do. I am very excited about our company's new hybrid work model. I am planning to start working from home for 2 days a week. This will save me 7 hours of commuting time and a lot of money every single week. It is going to be a life-changing improvement for me.
Working from home a couple of days a week will make a huge difference to your quality of life. I am so happy for you. It will make the 3 days you do have to commute much more bearable.
I think so too. It will be the perfect balance for me. The best of both worlds.
Well, Mark, this has been a very interesting and very detailed conversation about our journeys to work. I had no idea that you were such a dedicated long-distance commuter.
And I had no idea you were such a dedicated cyclist.
It has made me appreciate my own short and easy commute so much more. I will try not to complain about it ever again, even when it is raining.
And talking about it has actually made me feel a bit better about my own journey. It was nice to share the frustrations.
I am glad. Well, our coffee break is definitely over. We should probably get back to our project.
You are right. This has been a nice break. Thank you for the chat, Anna.
You too, Mark. I wish you a very fast and stress-free journey home this evening.
Thank you. I hope the traffic is light and the trains are on time. Have a wonderful weekend.